guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Ashi and this is another Christmas video. Now this video is in no way as grand as my previous year's Christmas video because I made my own Christmas tree, I baked a cake, I did so many things, and the reason is because right now I'm in my college hostel, and there was not a lot that I could do here, and also I have my exams coming up, so that's another reason. But I really wanted to do something for Christmas because I like the festival. So what I did was make some easy, simple greeting cards because all I had here was paper and paint. So I thought that making nice, simple Christmas cards would be a nice idea. Also because I often assume that everyone who's watching my video would have all the materials that I am using in my video, but that is not often the case. A lot of times, most people watching me would not have a glue gun or stuff like that. So it is hard for them to follow my instructions and make what I am making. So it occurred to me that paints and paper is something that almost everybody who's interested in art has, so why not use them to make something for Christmas? So I came up with six Christmas card designs and simple watercolor Christmas cards, and I hope you'll enjoy the video. Thank you so much.
So the first card is a fairly simple one. For this card, what I did was I took some green paint and added water to it and started making horizontal strokes on the paper in the shape of a tree, going from the darker color all the way to the lighter color. And for creating the lighter color, I kept on adding more and more water to the paint so that the color gets lighter and lighter. And once all the strokes were done, it already started looking like a Christmas tree. After which I decorated the tree with a black ink pen, and I made decorations and a star and a stump on the tree to add more details to the tree. And that is it, guys. Later on I did add some brown background to add a pop of color because I thought the card was looking way too simple, so that's what I did, and this is how the card turned out. Now the next one is probably one of my favorites and all of my friends loved it. For this I first took some water and splashed it on the paper, and then I took some green paint and just dotted it on one side and let it spread on its own. The same thing I did on the other side, but with red paint, and in the center both of the colors just blended on their own. You don't have to do anything, the colors will blend all on their own, and you just have to put the paint on the paper. That's it. Then I allowed this background to dry up, and after that I drew some Christmas trees with a black gel pen and wrote Merry Christmas at the bottom. And this is such a minimalistic and such a cute card. It's so pretty and it is one of my favorites. Now for the next card, I switched up the colors a little bit. This card is more of a red orangish toned. What I did was I drew 3 circles. I was trying to make Christmas ornaments, so I drew 3 circles and then I put water inside the circles, and then I randomly put red and orange paint and let it mix and everything, and then I allowed it to dry. And once it was dry, I took the black pen again and I drew some designs on the ornaments to make them look even prettier, and I drew these strings on the top, and then at the corner of one, the lowest ball, I wrote Merry Christmas, and then I accidentally dirtied the page a little bit, so I put some more paint on all the blank parts of the card to make it look even prettier, and honestly it worked and the card looks amazing. For the third card, another one of my favorites, what I did was I painted a rough blue rectangle in the middle of the paper with blue paint, and then I let it dry. Once it was dry, I made a fern sort of a design in the middle of the blue square. I chose this design in particular because I thought that it reminds a lot about Christmas and everything, so that's what I did, and then I wrote Merry Christmas in a nice font at the bottom. With this, I also want to say that if you would want to learn about lettering and how to write pretty texts, then make sure to inform me in the comments. I would love to make a video on that as well. And this is how this card turned out, another minimalistic card. It's very pretty and I really love it. For this card, I painted a gradient, a red to white gradient on the front page and let it dry. For that, I first used darker paint on the top and then went lighter and lighter at the bottom. If you want a complete video on how to create gradients, then please tell me in the comments. I would love to do that as well. But for now, this is how I made the gradient, and once it was dry, I painted a landscape and drew tiny Christmas trees to give it more of a Christmassy sort of a vibe, and then I wrote season's greetings in the center of it, and then I splashed some white dots to make them look like stars, and I also drew a few stars to make it a little prettier. And this is how the third card turned out. Another beautiful card. I love it, I like it, and it is beautiful. Now the sixth and the final card is probably the hardest card. Like, it took the most amount of time, and but I like the way it turned out, so I think it's fine. For this, what I did was, first I painted a little light blue portion at the top of the paper, and then I drew an outline with a darker blue and blended it out downwards and then let it dry, and then I repeated the same step again and again with darker and darker blue, and then letting each layer dry before adding the next layer. And then in the center I started adding more and more red to the blue to make it a purplish sort of a color, until the very bottom when the color was entirely red, so it created an interesting gradient sort of look from light blue all the way to red, and it is so pretty and it looks so good. And then again I wrote season's greetings in the center of the page, and that's it. That is the beautiful card that we created. And this is how this card turned out. Honestly, I loved all of these cards. All of these are beautiful and they are so pretty, and you can gift this to anyone, especially if you are on a budget or if you don't have enough time. Then you could just make one of these cards and write whatever thoughts you want to write to them and just give it to them. I'm sure they're gonna love it, and I love it, and I'm sure that my friends would love it too, because yeah, I am gonna give it to them. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.
Video, then make sure to like, share and subscribe. And if you have any other suggestions or videos, then please make sure to leave them in the comments. Or if you have anything that you want to tell me, want to correct me, or just want to talk, you could just comment it down in the description, down in the comment section. Also, please do check out my Instagram. The link is in the description box. That's it, guys. Thank you so much. This is probably the last video of 2021. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you.